Adventurous kids, explore with education and learning what a wild life is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovery Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West. Adventurous kids, learning and fun. Adventurous kids!
Today I'm going to tell you about sunrise and sunset. The sun stays in its position at the center of our solar system. It doesn't rise and set, but it appears to rise and set because the Earth's rotation on its axis. It makes one complete turn every 24 hours. It turns towards the east. As the Earth rotates, the sun rises in the east of the sky and sets in the west. The time in which it rises and sets depends on one's geographic location. People in the eastern hemisphere will experience the sun rising and setting before people in the western hemisphere, which results in the world's differing time zones. However, regardless of hemisphere, the sun will always rises in the east and sets in the west. The stars, the planets, and the moon follow this same pattern of rising in the east and setting in the west. Despite the illusion of the sun moving from one point to another, the sun remains in one unwavering position. The earth rotates from west to east on its axis, causing the sun, moon, and stars to move from east to west in the sky. At the equator, the earth rotates about 1,000 miles per hour. However, this rotation speed changes depending on latitude. Texas, for example, rotates at a slightly slower speed of about 870 miles per hour, and southern Canada spins at a mere 620 miles per hour. Despite this extreme rotation speed, humans and other organisms on Earth cannot feel this movement because everything is relative to us, including the atmosphere, land, and oceans, is also spinning. Therefore, in relation everything feels stationary. Sunrise or sunup is the moment when the upper limb of the sun appears in the horizon in the morning. The term can also refer to the entire process of the solar disk crossing the horizon and its accompanying atmospheric effects. Although the sun appears to rise from the horizon, it is actually Earth's motion that causes the sun to appear. Astronomically, sunrise occurs for only an instant, the moment at which the upper limb of the sun appears tangent to the horizon. However, the term sunrise commonly refers to periods of time before and after this point. Twilight period in the morning, which the sky is brightening but the sun is not yet visible. The beginning of the morning twilight is called astronomical dawn. The period after the sun rises, during which striking colors and atmospheric effects are still seen. The East Cape witnesses the first sunrise each day. It's a cape in New Zealand on the Gisborne district of North Island. This part of the world that witnesses the first sunrise each day. There are various places on the East Cape that allows you to look at the Earth's first sunrise. Sunset, also known as sundown, is the daily disappearance of the sun below the horizon due to the Earth's rotation as viewed from the equator. The equinox sunsets exactly due west in both spring and autumn as viewed from middle latitudes. The local summer sunsets to the northwest for the northern hemisphere, but to the southwest and southern hemisphere. The time the sunset is defined in astronomy as the moment when the upper limb disappears below the horizon. Near the horizon, atmospheric refraction causes sunlight rays to be distorted, such as an extent or geometrically. The solar disk is already about one diameter below the horizon when a sunset is OTV observed. The country where the sun sets first is Kiribati, a small island nation located in the Pacific Ocean. Due to its location, the international dateline Kiribati experiences the earliest sunset in the world. This means that the sun sets on Kiribati's westernmost islands before any other place on Earth. The common phrase from an ancient poem, "Red sky in the morning," is a sailor's or shepherd's warning. It is believed that the red sunset indicates that the air is clear and the weather in the west will be pleasant in the morning. However, a fiery red sunrise is a bad omen, meaning good weather conditions have already gone and a storm may be coming in the east. The combination of Earth's elliptical orbit and the tilt of its axis results in the sun taking different paths across the sky at slightly different speeds each day. This gives us different sunrise and sunset times each day. You might not like short winter days. You get up for school before the sun rises, and then you barely have any time to play after school and do homework before it gets dark. Things would be different if the Earth orbited the Sun in a perfect circle. If the Earth's axis was perpendicular to the plane of its orbit, straight up and down. If that were the case, the sun would rise and set at the same time every day. It would also take the same path across the sky every day of the year. However, neither of those conditions is true for Earth. Instead of a perfectly circular orbit, Earth's orbit around the sun is slightly elliptical. This means that the sun travels across the sky at slightly different speeds from day to day, depending on where Earth is in orbit. Locations further north than the Arctic Circle and further south than the Antarctic Circle experience no full sunset or sunrise at least one day of the year, when the polar day or polar night persists continually for 24 hours. Sunrises and sunsets are colorful because sunlight scatters and it passes through the Earth's atmosphere when the sun is low on the horizon. This scattering process is called multiple scattering, filters out short wavelengths of light like blue and violet before they reach the Earth's surface. The longer the wavelengths of red and orange and yellow light remain visible, resulting in more colorful skies. Sunrises and sunsets are brighter after a rainstorm. Rainstorms clear up the sky and take away with them a lot of air pollutants. Therefore, golden hour after a rainstorm is super dramatic. Sundials are the oldest known instruments for telling time. The surface of a sundial has markings for each of the daylight. As the sun moves across the sky, another part of the sundial casts a shadow on these markings. The position of the shadow shows what time it is. Thanks for watching this episode of Adventurous Kids. Yeehaw! That's a sunrise and a sunset on a whiskey. Yeehaw!
What did you learn today?
Adventurous Kids.
Adventurous Kids.
What was the most interesting fact?
Adventurous Kids.
Adventurous Kids.
Adventurous Kids.